See, the real wealthy these days, folks, you know who the real wealthy ones are? Those who are rich in time. See, this whole industry is about creating time freedom. Stuff is easy. Cars come and go, houses come and go, things come and go. But how much time do you have? I know people with everything, or at least you'd think. And yet every morning they wake up, the houses, the cars, the reputation, having to constantly stay on top of the illusion that they present on social media. They're working in overtime to create this persona for people to follow them. And you're creating Frankenstein. They have to constantly feed the monster. They can never let it go. They can never show who they really are. They can never really have an honest conversation. They're always on guard. They can't let anybody too close. They can't let anybody know they're a big hot mess because they're in overdrive trying to keep up this persona. All these things are traps, folks. People want to know a few things. Do you care? Will you help them? And what you have, will it actually help them in what they want changed in their lives? And you just have to be the person that's listening. But I'll tell you this, nobody knows what you do. You'd be shocked. They know you post. They know you're all excited about your little car that you got, right? I'm excited about all the little cars I've gotten. You know, they're excited about, the latest little trip. They're excited about the latest little title, but they don't know what the title, the trip, they don't know what any of that stuff means. They just see this thing you're talking about, and then what they say is, wow, well, I'm really glad that they're successful. Well, I'm so glad that's working for you. I say, yeah, but do you even know what I do? Because you know what? It may be a fit. Let me explain it to you, and if it isn't, at least you'll know what I do. Because I'd love to have you as a customer, or you may think of somebody that this would be perfect for. It's a very simple proposal, but I would dare that you ask people, ask everybody you know, every social circle you know, hey, do you have a second? Yeah. Do you even know what I do? That is, especially if there's some level of a connection, or if it's just a stranger, of course, they couldn't possibly know that. But what you'll find is if you take 100 people and you ask that know you at some level, whether it's through social media or kind of here and there, or close family or friends, and you say, do you actually know what it is that I do? 15 of the 100 may know. 85 have no concept, because we're too busy in our heads trying to build our business. But it's all of this nebulous fat shadow boxing. It's all of this trying to get motivated. It's all of this a lifestyle marketing. It's all of this persona and, oh, hold on, let me get a picture and let me stand sideways and let me, posture my body in a way that looks extra attractive or whatever. Let me make sure my Rolex and my Chanel bag are in the right spot. Let me make sure that my Ferrari is in just the right place so they can see just the logo of the horse behind my head. And people are plagued by trying to keep up that image. People just want to know if your opportunity will work for them. They're glad it works for you, but what they're there for, or what they want to hear from you, is, will it work for them? And the people that know what you do to some degree, at least you think they do, really don't. And they deserve to be told, because it could be the gift. If I did not get the phone calls over the years, because I've been in several opportunities, right? We do several things. But in my current home-based business, which I've been in 12 plus years, here's the opening call I got. And I was actually in another company. A friend of mine, John Yasko, precious man, he and Natalia, precious people. He calls me up, he goes, hey buddy, where are you at? I said, well, I'm at this coffee shop, because I was always at a coffee shop. And he said, because what was I doing? I was having conversations with people in coffee shops, right? I thought that's how you had to do it. Just mingle, and eventually you'll find people, which at the time worked. But he said, hey man, you got a minute? I want to pitch something to you. I know you're into something else, but did you hear X, Y, and Z? And did you hear about this company and this opportunity, etc.? Hey buddy, I want to pitch something to you. Do you know how honest that was? Go for no. Absolutely drives me crazy when people say that. The psychology of going for no and getting no in your mind so you can somehow reverse engineer to get enough no's so that eventually you're getting enough yeses so that the no's don't even affect you. I appreciate the artistry of that concept, but it anchors people in a negative starting point. It's not healthy. Can't stand it. And trying to figure out ways to handle objections and lead marketing and how to attract people and all this kind of stuff. Just tell people, hey, let me, and here the other side of this thing is, do you even know what I know? Do you even know what I do? The other one is, hey, can I pitch something to you? This is what, like for me, so I've always been entrepreneurial. I love home-based businesses because for me, it was always about being with my wife and my kids. Can I pitch something to you? Can I pitch what I do to you? Maybe a fit, maybe not. See, that is so forthright. That is so honest. That is so transparent. That's what people want. And if you're so busy trying to create this concept of success and busyness and objection handling and strategies and role playing, it's not a conversation. So when people ask me, well, Gabriel, what do you say to people? How do you talk to men? How do you talk to women? How do you talk to the young? How do you talk to the old? How do you talk to super successful people? How do you talk to doctors? How do you talk to professors? How do you talk to scientists? How do you talk to people that are multimillionaires? How do you talk to billionaires? How do you talk to people that are just coming out of school? I say, well, how do you talk to anybody? I have no idea what you're saying because I don't have different conversations for different people. I just talk to them. See, because people are spirit to spirit. They just want to be talked to. They want to be respected. Don't be afraid of somebody's status as though they're untouchable. What you'll find is the higher up the food chain you get, the lonelier it is. And the higher up the food chain is, I mean, think about this. Right now, you go buy a Rolls Royce with a handshake. But if you're going to go buy a $15,000 car, they're going to want to know what your great-grandmother did, what her credit score was, what your neighbors were, have you ever had anything repossessed, you know, how long you've been at your job, do you have a proof of residency, do you have a bill that you could show, do you have a screenshot of the front of your house, blah, 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 blah. It's ridiculous. And they want to hit you this nauseating interest rate. But you want to go buy a Rolls Royce, it's a handshake and say, hey, here it is, we'll have it shipped to your house, just cut us a check and we'll have it there tomorrow. See, business is done differently because there's just this forthright clarity to it. Don't be a bottom feeder. Don't try to pick the scraps off of a dead fish at the bottom of the ocean. You ever watch those speed reel films where the crabs and the worms and everything are trying to eat the fish and you're watching it? Don't be that person. Don't settle for tactics. It's nauseating. It's not honest. It's not what people want. It's not respectful. It's not who you are naturally anyway. Nobody wants to hear it. You would want somebody doing it to you. Ask them, do you even know what I do? And hey, can I share with you what I do? Do that enough, and you'll find the people to join your business, and you'll find the people that'll be your customers. It's just not as hard as we make it out to be, folks, but we're too busy in the shenanigans that we've just become ultra fake. So it's with that, I'm out of here. I will see you guys on tomorrow's video. Blessings. Good night.